Hey guys, it's Ange here and I'm finally back to do an update for you all. As you can see, I have a 4-week-old baby girl who we've called Lillia. But if you're wondering why I stopped making some pregnancy vlogs, I have made a short little video about that and I have linked that down in the description box below. So if you want to check that out, please click the link. Our little baby girl, Lillia Eve, made her grand entrance into the world at 8:41 p.m. on the 4th of June 2015. She weighed 7 pound 8 and she was 50 centimeters long with a head circumference of 36 centimeters. How we came up with Lillia's name was after our 20-week ultrasound, we found out she was going to be in fact a little girl. We started discussing names. Now, I liked 101 different names, whereas my husband only liked the name Lily. Now, I wasn't too fond of Lily at first, only because it's so popular at the moment. So I tried to get my husband to like different names, such as Bronte and Annabelle. But each time, I mentioned something else like those names, he would come up with nicknames that the kids can call them, such as Brontosaurus and Annabelle Rings. So after hearing that, I was like, I'm not too sure about those names either. So I basically gave in to him and said, well, look, we can call her Lily as a nickname, but how about we find another name that we can call her for, her whole name kind of thing, because I don't want her to go to school with 5 other Lilies. He was okay with that. How we came up with Lillia is I actually went onto a website called nameberry.com. I typed in Lily and up popped the names Lillia and Liliana. Now for a little while there, she was going to be called Liliana, but as my pregnancy progressed, we decided calling her Lillia, and that's what stuck. So in the first 2 weeks of Lillia's life, she was just like any normal baby. She ate, slept, and pooped, and that was pretty much it. And she was just trying to get used to her new surroundings. The only real big thing that we've noticed in her first 2 weeks of life is that she just did not want to get put down, especially when she slept. So that did make it a bit hard in the first 2 weeks, and it did make us a little bit sleep deprived as well. But something in week 3 just clicked with her, and she just started sleeping in her cot. So obviously in her first 2 weeks of life as well, we did pop her in the cot first, but when she got too emotionally distressed, we did cuddle her, and then she went to sleep on our chest. But in week 3, something just clicked. I popped her into the bed one night and she slept for about 4 to 5 hours, and so we kind of just did the same routine the next night, and it just kept working. So that routine was around earlier in the night we would give her a bath or a shower, and then around 10 o'clock I would feed her on one side of the breast, and then I would actually hand her over to my husband and he would burp her, and then he would also give her a bottle of express breast milk, burp her again, and then hand her back to me, and I will finish her off with my second breast. She would usually 9 times out of 10 would go to sleep while suckling on the breast, and so then I would then pop her in the cot all swaddled up, and she would sleep until about 3:30. Now she has been waking up at 3:30 from the get-go, and I just think that must be her normal wake-up time for her body clock, but she will go back to sleep after about 45 minutes. Now I do think that's because when she does wake up at that time, we don't stimulate her, we don't leave the room, we change her nappy in the room, and then I just nurse her again, cuddle her, and then once she's back asleep, I put her back into her cot. She then will sleep until about 6:30, and then we'll wake up for the day. In week 3, she also started getting milk pimples, and she started losing her hair up top. So her hair up top, she's getting like a little old man style, and she's losing the top bit here, but keeping all the rest. I will try and show you in a second her little head. And the milk pimples had been there for about a week, and they actually looked quite bad yesterday, so I actually started expressing some breast milk and popped that on, and that made it 10 times better. So I'll see if I can show you her head. So there's her hair all starting to leave, all starting to fall out, and her little cheeks, or her milk pimples, I don't know if you can see them or not, but they're definitely there, and they were getting quite bad. So the breast milk on the pimples have definitely made a huge difference. And she likes making funny sounds. Lastly, in week 3, she hit a big milestone, and that is smiling. She began smiling at me and my husband at week 3, and I'll actually insert her first smiles here as well, because obviously, being a first-time mum and being Lillia's mum, I'm super proud, and I think she looks super cute in them. So I will insert those photos here as well. As for week 4, I can't say too much of what she's going through at the moment, because obviously just started entering that phase, but I can say her eyes are focusing a lot more. She's just amazing with them. Like last night my husband came into the kitchen while I was cooking dinner. He was holding her. Once she heard my voice, she turned her head and she began looking at me and following me with her eyes as I walked around the kitchen, which I thought was pretty amazing. Now the thing we are going to be working on this week is tummy time. She does not like tummy time on the mat. She only likes it when she's on my chest or my husband's chest. I just know how much development tummy time achieves, so I really want to get that starting and her enjoying that. So this week we are going to be focusing a lot on that. Now as for myself being 4 weeks postpartum, I can say how tremendous I feel. I cannot believe that I gave birth to this little bundle of joy just 4 weeks ago. Now if anyone does want to know about my labour and delivery story, just let me know in the comments below and I'm more than happy to make a video about that. But in saying that, I did give birth at 40 weeks plus 4 days after being induced at 40 weeks plus 3 days. And I will post some pictures of my big 40-week belly that I took right at the hospital at the end, so you'll be able to see how big I got, and I'll also show you my stomach at the end of this video so you can see the difference from then to now. Now within my pregnancy I actually did put on about 10 kilos, which I believe is 22 pounds. I am now down 8 of those kilos, which is about 17 pounds, but I still got another 2 kilos to lose before I'm back to my pre-pregnancy weight. Now, in saying that, I still do have another 10 kilos to lose on top of that before I'm back down to a healthy weight that I feel comfortable at. Now, I also haven't had any postnatal depression or baby blues or anything like that. And I don't know if I can put that down to just trying for Lily for such a long time. We were so happy that we actually got her in the end and that she was nice and healthy. But yeah, like I just have to say that becoming a mum is one of the best things that I have done with him, like I've accomplished in my life. But other than that, you know, that's pretty much it for now. So I will quickly show you my stomach, and I will hopefully when she wakes up I'll pop a little video of her up there as well. And that is it. So this is my 4-week postpartum belly. This is it from the front, from the side, and from the other side. And that's it. Okay, bye guys.